Salute y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yes, boy, you a fella. I say you got me, man. That's what we down to say.
Salute y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family. Salute y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family. Salute y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow.
Texas Prison Story family. Salute y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow. Hold on, get this thing shared out. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Hope nobody blew their fingers off or nothing crazy with the fireworks last night. Man, I tell you what, they was letting them automatics ring over here. People got them. It's crazy how many people got them switches on the things. Only 2 times a year do you hear it that much. It's gonna be New Year's Eve and 4th of July. They letting them things ring. I didn't know if I needed a bulletproof helmet or get the hell up out the hood. A little bit of both, man, but I stayed up. We went to the fireworks show. Then we got a little something to eat and just relax, man. Rayo, what's up, y'all? Squid Ink, salute. Thumper, what's up, man? First like, I appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, double tap the screen. Rayo, what's up, my brother? Rayo, one of the day 1 subscribers too. Tony Floyd, I'm not sure what that means, but what's up to you? Salute, man. Yay, them floods is crazy, man. You know what? Rest in peace to them young girls that passed away, and I sure hope they find some more of them surviving. They're really pulling people out of trees and all kind of stuff right now in Texas, man. It's tragic. You know what's crazy though? I live right down the street from them. I mean, they're not down the street, but about 200 miles away, and I didn't even know that was happening. Like, we didn't even get a drop of rain in my house. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Salute, man. About that fool that got 25 years messing with those. Nah, I didn't. From Santa Fe, nuh-uh. Should have gave him 25 years for each little girl, though. See, that's that stuff when Two Scoops was talking about it on my channel, man. They gave him a life sentence for a shooting where nobody got hit. And then people like that end up getting small sentences, man. My brother passed away in his prison cell, serving 50 years for $100 worth of stuff, man, and then passed away. While people like that will be out on parole. That's disgusting, man. I don't know what's wrong with this judicial system. We need an overhaul. We really do. All the way from the sentencings to the penitentiaries to the... around here, we need some community centers. We need all kind of stuff, man. I don't know. This world is getting scary. I tell you what, as a father of a child, I can imagine my parents probably felt the same way, though, if you want to know the truth. So I was raised up in the crack epidemic, raised up in, you know, when the gangs hit Texas really, really hard in the 80s, all through the 90s, where everybody I know was either getting killed or catching murder cases, drive-bys out of control, all the way to, man, I mean, all the way to, John, what's up, man? Salute, all the way to nowadays, where they ain't got no better, right? Now they're rocking skin. They'll still kill you in their skinny jeans nowadays. That's what's crazy. You would never think it would be like that, right? But I don't know why it just keeps getting worse and worse. That's why I try to come on here and be the voice of reason that some of these children can listen to, man. And I hope some of them are paying attention. Well, not necessarily children, but y'all know what I mean. Young men, young women out here. Got so many women in my area, man. That's the only people they like dealing with is the bad boys. The one that's going to get them put in the penitentiary just for riding in the car, getting pulled over. You know what I'm saying? Go to penitentiary just for riding with your boyfriend in the car. Isn't that crazy? I actually know something that's happened too. Bobo, what's up, Bobo? Salute, my brother. If y'all watching so we live on Facebook, we live on Instagram, we live on Twitch. What the hell else? We live on YouTube. But I can only see the comments on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching on IG and you want to comment, make sure you come to one or the other. Make sure you follow the Texas Prison Story Facebook page, man. We finna hit 46,000 followers tonight, I think. So we gonna keep Rosenberg. Salute, man. One of my cellies back in the day was from Rosenberg. All I used to talk about was that Mud Alley. What's up, Wayne, my brother? What you doing in Florida? You must be on You on vacation or you working? I know you got that CDL, so you might be out there trucking. And if so, that's what's up, man. I hope so. Well, actually, I hope you're on vacation, but shit, trucking will be good too, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got 100 people in the house watching already. If y'all watching on YouTube, double tap that screen, try to knock me out with it. Hey, I tell you what, Bobo, man, I would love that. I ain't even gonna lie. I really would. I was telling Ben I'd like to come up there and pop you boys across the hill with some dominoes. See if y'all's game is good. One thing I know, man, that's one of the. You know what I miss about the only thing that I miss about prison. I swear to God, the only thing I miss about it is playing dominoes and playing my Scrabble games. That's it. That's the only. I can't find a Scrabble game out here to save my life. And that Words with Friends stuff they play online, man, that shit is not the same. I grew up counting them 100 tiles, and that I think what they play with like 60 or something. It's kind of weird. Same words. Wesley, what's up, man? Salute. Stephen Trejo, Fort Worth. We got to be everybody in here. Y'all drop your location in the chat. Wayne, what y'all at there? Disney World or what? You know, I got the little Disneyland baby, man. My little baby, she been to Disneyland like 3 times already. About 3 times already. This dude keep coming in my comments trolling with that shit for. Just that's your favorite music group or what's going on? Seem like the last few videos you keep dropping that same shit. We gonna charge for promotion, brother. We ain't doing shit for free. Especially not the SPM click. Let me see something. We put him hired user for 24 hours. You can come back and think about it again tomorrow. We'll think about that. Come try that again tomorrow. Not today, my brother. Angel Lopez, what's up, man? Salute. D-Town. Oh, shit. We got the president. We got Vladimir Putin in the house, y'all. Hey, Vladimir Putin. I want to see you call out Trump on a one-on-one fade. Let's see what's going on. I think Putin will put some hands on him, put them paws on Trump. I hate to say it. Y'all remember that picture where Putin was riding on that horse looking like he was full of them steroids? That shit was hilarious, man. I mean, funny. Curly in Baytown. Right on the Bay Channel. That's what's up. You know what? Tri-City Beach Road, I'll be damned. We used to go to, so when I was driving a, driving a rollout truck doing demolition work. And we used to go to the landfill right there on Tri-City Beach Road. I ain't been there so many years, man. That's when I first got my CDL, when I first got out of TDC. And I never even knew that part exists right there. I sure didn't. Hey, Jesus Garcia, what's up, man? Shout out Tim. Hope you enjoyed the 4th. You know what? I did enjoy the 4th. I ain't gonna lie. I really did. I took my daughter out there to watch fireworks. I went around asking about 50 people if they ever heard of YTN Lil Vent. Everybody said no, looked at me like I was crazy, but I was just having fun. I was in TDC. Let me see. I was in TDC at the age of 19, started in Garza, went to Dominguez, and finally finished off in Torres. I did 2 years. I'm 20, but free all them boys. Now, for real, free everybody. Shit. I ain't no lie. Well, you did 2 years and you're 20. That means you was about 17, huh? Rocky Green, what's up, my brother? Salute. Trump 6'3" and Putin is 5'8". Trump is 6'3". I'll be damned. No wonder he was in WWE. Y'all remember when Trump was in WWE? I'll be damned. Okay, that's what's up. Does Putin ride a Vespa scooter? Shit, man. Putin is more like a dictator. You know what I'm saying? That boy's gonna drive whatever he wants to over there. You already know that. Can you imagine? If you want to see here about some Diddy parties, imagine one of them Putin parties. They probably going real live. Benny, for sure. Benny, we do interviews, personal stories, just random lives like this. Tonight I just wanted to come on and tap in with the people, man. I feel like I've been getting a little bit disconnected. I'm getting a little bit disconnected with the followers, the subscribers or whatever. D-Town, what's up? Grave Digger, man. I ain't seen your name in a long time, family. Yeah, in a long time. What's up? How you been, man? Rayo, who is 6'7"? I wish I was 6'7". You know what? I just took a picture with my homeboy the other day. That's 6'7", and I'm 6 foot myself. And man, do you know what? That picture, man, that picture, that dude had me feeling little. I didn't even want to publish that picture. Like, dude, that was crazy. I mean, my boy had me looking like a little midget in that thing. Let's see what the hell's going on. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, man, make sure y'all follow the Texas Prison Stories Facebook page too. I'm trying to get that thing up there, man, to at least 50K. I literally had that page for a long time, but I ain't did nothing with it. I mean, nothing. And I started posting videos on there, going live on there, and everything has been good. Hey, Simba, if you're looking, if drop, so I know you follow me, just drop your email. That'd be the best way to get. Drop your email, and I'll rock with you if you want to. I ain't tripping. The only thing is about this is usually I do it at about 7:30 Texas time because that's when my daughter goes to sleep. Did I see the Charleston White Island Boys? You know, yes, I did. You know what? So I tell you what, whoever owns that content, boy, I bet their fingers falling off right now, hitting people with channel strikes. I've seen so many people re-upload that on YouTube looking for some views, and that is just not what you're supposed to do. They gonna end up getting their channel pop. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't worth it. But hell, man, I come on now. I knew Charleston White was gonna win that one. That ain't even close. I know he's old and shit, but Charleston White was in Giddings State School for about 6, 7, 8 years. Locked up in there with some of my real life personal homeboys that I know do no playing. He shouted out a whole bunch of them. And me and Charleston White got a bunch of mutual real life friends too. And you know, he talks a lot of shit. Charleston White is what can I say? He's a professional. He's a genius if you want to know the truth. Like, so you got trolls that are just so easy to defeat. Like, this internet makes some people so tough, you know, but they don't realize Charleston White actually spent some years of his life punching shit down. And he's a little dude, so you know that he was having to prove himself, you know what I'm saying? And I the guys I know that was locked up with him, honest to God, they never said nothing bad about him. And the people I know that know him personally say in real life he's stiff. What it is a lot of people can't. So a lot of people can't differentiate when people, yeah, pro shock jock. I said that before. He's like a Howard Stern type shit. You know what I'm saying? And people can't differentiate that. The internet is a strange world. I appreciate that, Gonzo. Listen, the internet is a strange world, right? We get a lot of weird stuff, and everybody's not able to deal with it. Think about it. This is I mean, look, this on my videos, right? Man, there's people with burner accounts. There's people that can't stand me because I stand against these pedophiles and these goofies and all this crazy ass shit, calling people out. You know what I mean? Like, everybody ain't built for this, right? Everybody ain't built for this. But Charleston White, he had a master plan from day one. It worked. Like, it worked because that is literally a character. You know what I'm saying? That's him, but at the same time, everything he does is calculated. You gotta damn well believe he ain't getting on there and just randomly doing shit. Not at this point. And that Island Boy thing, man, that was an easy one right there. I don't think they took him serious, if you want to know the truth. I think they thought, oh, Charleston only got one eye, he's old, and cannot moonwalk. Man, I ain't, what do you think? Of course I can moonwalk. Cash at me $50 right now, I get up and start moonwalking. I start moonwalking across I turn the blacks, the green screen off and start moonwalking, but it don't send 49, you gotta send 50. I feel one has to mind the business in order to be in the business. Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? What business are we talking about? Like podcasting, entertainment business, trolling business, like what business? You know what I mean? That's the thing. And you gotta understand, right? Like once you put yourself out here, like look right now, we got about 250 people watching because we're going across a bunch of different platforms. Once you put yourself out here, you become everybody's business, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying, Brian? What's up, Brian? Yeah, you become everybody's business. I appreciate that, John. Salute. So you become everybody's business, whether you like it or not. You know, and I was well aware of that when I was started. That's why I don't understand why so many people with all these skeletons in their closet come out. You know, everybody wanted me to speak on that Stone Smooth dude and all that. Shit, I don't even really know that dude at all. Never heard of him before he done that. Actually, I never even heard of him until all that shit dropped. And now I realized he was on Ian Bick. And here's what really tripped me out. I realized when he was on Ian Bick, they did the interview in Austin. And I'm thinking, damn. So Ian Bick came to Texas, interviewed some random ass dude. Instead of hollering at Tim Snow, he probably could have got 1 million views. He interviews some random dude and then he turns out to be a sex offender. Imagine how stupid Ian Bick feels right now. And is Ian Bick gonna be the one to come clean that up? Cause I don't feel like I should be the one to come clean that up, right? But I know the his own homeboys, even if he's legit, I don't know, but they're on his neck, stepping on his neck right now, telling him take that take that E off his name, you know. Paul said in the state that you have to run heart checks at every unit you hit. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends, you know. Yeah, they definitely do it, and I did. But you know, if you've been in the system for a long time, man, you know, you got a reputation. People know you. You ain't got to do it. Your white dude showing up banging. Yeah, you probably gonna have to do that everywhere. Let's see. Anytime go homeboys don't play. So that's what I'm saying. Man, listen, they watch this program right here. I'm not trying to brag, be funny, or whatever, but they watch Texas Prison Stories on their cell phones on all the units everywhere. If they got if they got a cell phone, you better believe they watch Texas Prison Stories. They ain't got shit else better to do. And Paul said, "I'm a white, I'm Mexican." So I was raised by a Mexican grandma. So I guess you say I'm a quarter Mexican, 3/4 white, something like that, I guess, or whatever. I just say human being. You know what I'm saying? Too many people in this world are worried about racial shit, and that's the last thing on my mind. I came from a neighborhood on our street where we had white people, black people, and Hispanics all living on the same street, man. We all grew up playing together. We all ended up spending the night at each other's houses. My mama was the one that cooked. You know what? I had the daddy in the neighborhood that every kid with a flat tire on his bike in my neighborhood came and hollered at my daddy. Guess what? My daddy gonna fix the flat tire. My daddy's gonna do whatever they need. You know what I'm saying, man? They're like rainy days, shit. He's gonna take the kids to school when he takes me. You know, we all grew up close, man. Like if you wasn't no buster in my neighborhood, then we was all cool. Period. And even if you was a buster, we still would look out for you because you was from our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Carlos Carrillo. I explain that to you real simple. It's a business, sir. It's a business. You did 13 years, so you probably don't understand how this works, right? Yeah, I don't talk about this all the time. I'm a truck driver, I'm a welder, I'm a single father. If you see me on here, this be the only time I'm talking about it. The only time I'm thinking about it. And that's also why I don't do this every day. But for you to think about it like that shows where your mind is at, right? TSF say YTM minivan is a you know what. And I'm proud of you. Been free 5 years. Cool. I've been YouTubing for 6 years. Hope you stay free. Shit, I wish the best on you. Even if you come on here hating on me, I still wish the best for you. You know, did I see any, Paul said, did I see any paranormal type stuff? No, but you know what? Shout out to my friend Shannon. Shannon was over there on Ellis unit on the same block where they used to have Death Row, and he said he did before, but he said it was never just like outright a ghost or anything like that. But he said he would feel the presence of things and maybe see things out the corner of his eye or whatever. But who knows? You know, me personally, now I'm not. He said just find something positive to talk about. That is what I talk. That is all I do is talk positive. What you mean? My motto is this is not the life you want, goofy. See what I'm saying? People watch one video and then they come in here and act like that. That's all good. I understand. Go back and figure it out though. Because how many years did he say he did? Let me see. What did he say? 13 years in TDC, and you sitting here talking to a man like that. I don't believe you. You probably did 13 days in a city jail. That's what I believe. Because no real convict man would, first of all, would be worried about how I'm sitting here feeding my child, right? Think about that. If you was a real life, real man, you wouldn't worry about what I'm sitting here doing to feed my child, because you just support the movement or you carry on, but you mind your business. Think about it. But I get it. Like I just got through saying, this internet is a strange place and everybody ain't built for it, but I'm a professional. C Style said I was a CO on Ferguson. Me and my partner counted the dude in the same cell in solitary at different times. Count didn't clear, came back 10 minutes later, dude was gone and count clear. Either that was a ghost or y'all can't count. I can't tell you how many times I've been places where, what's up, Whack Deuce? My brother, I was going to call you earlier, man, when I left the gym, and then somebody called me. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Hope you're feeling good. But, man, okay. I'm glad you finally called one, too. You know what? Man, I can't even remember how many times count couldn't clear. You know what? Like, literally. So, in the feds, what we was dealing with in Beaumont was crazy, crazy. They would have them fog days. When they'd have fog days, man, they would just be there'd be like no movement, no nothing, because it would get so foggy in Beaumont, and they would literally, excuse me for a second while I get this idiot up out of here. I hate doing that. Brother, you're not gonna come on my own channel and question me and what I do. Like I said, a real man would never do that before. Or do that. No, definitely no real convict. Pinky, what's up, Pinky? I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all follow my friend Miss Pinky Rose on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Ann Rodriguez said, who ran the yard? What yard? Which one? Grave Digger, yeah, dude, weird. That's probably that's probably a little vent on a burner account. One of them little YTM type dudes. Y'all know what I realized the other day? My daughter's fixing to turn 7 years old next month. She's 4'2". That man 30 years old. She's almost as tall as he is. That's crazy. Sure is. And nobody runs no yard, if you want to know the truth. I'm gonna say it like that. Now you might see somebody running a yard for a particular race, but there's nobody that runs the yard. Put it like that. No, because there's no Hispanics telling black people what to do, no black people telling Hispanics what to do, all that type of shit, you know. But there's people that run the yard for their races or whatever, for sure. Says YTM got exposed for kissing a boy. I wouldn't doubt it, man. I seen something so foul that he posted. I actually sent that to Pinky. She can tell you. I wish I would have uploaded that screenshot so y'all could have seen what this clown posted, man. This dude is one of the most foulest people. I definitely didn't want this live to be about him at all, but I bet I can pull that up right here. Let me see something. Yeah, that's right here. Look, I got it. Y'all want to see how foul Lil Vin is? So there's a blog site, right? Oh, Island Boys will definitely beat YTM. No doubt about it. Charleston White versus YTM Lil Vin. I feel like I'd be a bully punching on that dude. Like, you know, honest to God, I'd be like me punching on a little kid. But let me show y'all something. So there's a blog site that Vin has been paying to promote his shit, especially since I did them videos about him, right? And in that blog site, there was a woman that all she said was, I really don't like this dude's music. Think about this now. We just said everybody ain't built for this, right? Dealing with trolls and weirdos and all that. And I said the other day that Pinky, she gets more trolls than I do, or we might be tired, but I don't think so. No, I think she gets more than I do, and she handles it a lot better. But one person that cannot handle it is that boy Vent. Because listen, this lady came on this post that he paid for and literally said she didn't like his music. He goes on her page, screenshots pictures of her, screenshots posts that she made, and then he posts some shit like this to her. Check this out. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Let's see if y'all can see that or not. Oh, it didn't catch it right. Look. I got that banner on there. Hold on, my fault. Rookie shit, y'all. Y'all know I ain't no professional. Hold on, let me take that off. Let me show you something. I'll read it for you. This is YTM Vent talking to a lady in Mexico. I should have blocked her name out. I apologize to her. You over there carrying a BMN words kid in your stomach and getting stepped on, or need to get your life together. Well, what left of it, because 3 kids in their 20s, different babe daddies, and stuck in Mexico. Is your kids even with you, or did you run off to Mexico for that? First of all, Vince's whole spiel is he's the real Mexicano from Texas, right? Imagine claiming to be the real Mexicano from Texas, making fun of somebody that got deported. She posted about getting abused and kicked in her stomach while she's pregnant, hit on and all this. And this man is talking to her like that and disrespecting her simply because she said she didn't like his song. That's it. Think about that. Come on, man. You might as well get about the business, homie. Because I seen a different post that he posted, and everybody said they didn't like his music. Wack, we talking about this weirdo rapper from Fort Worth. He's like a little bitty kid, man. He's like horrible. Let's say Paul said it. So you said that you didn't want to read his message because paperwork can be fake nowadays. So my question is, how do people in the feds check paperwork? Even when people are out, how do we check the real work? On the computer, point blank period. If you can't pull some shit up on the computer, now everybody everywhere got cell phones, whether they supposed to have them or not. And all your casework is on computers. The first thing in the feds when you get there is you got to have your time sheet. They don't let you bring in your PSI no more. That's your pre-sentence investigation. But your time sheet. So the way we did it is when you come in with your court docket, that was the first thing that lets you get to stay there and get investigated, right? Because in a normal federal case, for an average man, about 9 months to a year is a long time, but usually about 9 months after you get arrested, you're in the feds. You're in the feds. So if you show up with some paperwork and your docket sheet says you've been out on bond for 4 years, 3 years, and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when people are gonna be highly suspect. Highly suspect. But then if you some serious in some serious clicks or whatever, yeah, they want to see that PSI. They have them mail it to the outside. Then they go look it up on the computer and make sure most of the people in the free world are doing. You know what I'm saying? You say YTM, he wasn't acting tough, 1-6 shot, beat him up. So you know what? When my baby mama came over here to pick up my daughter, I showed her that. She was like, who is this dude you're talking about? And I showed her that 6-shot fight with him. And that was crazy because, listen, no disrespect to 6-shot, but he wasn't even really punching that good. And I mean, when I say punching that good, he was connecting, but you could tell there wasn't really no power in it, right? He's leaning back punching. He ain't putting his weight in it like you supposed to. And he's just dropping them on every punch. I'm thinking, man, y'all remember, so I don't know how old y'all are, but y'all remember Mike Tyson Punch Out? How many of y'all remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out? Y'all remember Glass Jaw Joe, the first guy you fought? That's what we saw. That's what we're gonna start calling YTM mini event. We gonna call him Glass Jaw Joe, cause that boy there cannot take a punch from a little man. Imagine trying to take a punch from a grown ass man that been fighting his whole life, that does lift weights, that does work out, does hit that treadmill, that stair machine every day. Not, ooh man, I've been getting killer workouts in for all my life. Only thing that ever stopped me was that broken shoulder. Nah, I ain't lying, Wack. When I say when I say Glass Jaw Joe family, I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? Like it was horrible. You got to go type that in if y'all want to see it. I want to say he got dropped 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, though, listen, anybody can get touched, right? Anybody can get a lucky punch in on you. Now I ain't gonna say anybody, even a shit. My daughter might run, jump across the room, and hit me in the right spot and just drop me, right? Like you just don't expect it. Hit you with something or whatever, man. Anything in this life is possible when you ain't paying attention. But boy, when you fighting, you supposed to have that jaw lock clenched tight. You supposed to be serious about it, boy, man. You ain't supposed to be getting dropped every punch and then come on here acting tough. And then yeah, another one, family. He was fighting a 15-year-old little boy, and I can't say for sure because I don't know. But if you look in that last video or one of them I did, somebody said the reason that he was fighting over that 15-year-old boy was that he was trying to holler at that 15-year-old boy's 15-year-old girlfriend. So it just gets worse and worse and worse, you know. And then what though? The crazy part too though is the dude that was out there with 6 shots while 6 shots was dropping him. What was his name? Jose Reckless. Yeah, they trying to get Jose Reckless to fight too, and he's like, "No, I ain't fighting, homie. He's holding it yet." And if I ain't mistaken, Jose Reckless got exposed being on people's paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You say, "Hey Tim, did the woodpile ever mess with you?" No, man, no, man. They didn't. Because once your people accept you, they ain't gonna say shit in Texas. They ain't gonna say nothing, not in Texas. Now, if you come in there trying to ride with something and your people don't accept you, now you might have a bad situation. Because I do know a few people that happened to, right? They went in there and tried to rep something, and the homies just didn't respect them. They didn't hear them, and then yeah, they got tore up. What was the dude that did the interview on someone that had a fucked up case? Well, I already talked about that, Paul. That was that dude, Ian Bick. That's what I said. Imagine how stupid Ian Bick felt when he did that interview in Texas. Now, why wouldn't he reach out to Tim Snow and say, "Tim, pull up in Austin on my 500,000 subscriber channel," or whatever? Because you know what? I've been saying it for years. I got so many stories I haven't told yet. I've been waiting for a big old platform just to come grab me and pick me up, and I can give them some fire. But you know, it is what it is, right? He chose somebody simply. I think he chose that dude because the dude is all tattooed up and all that. Well, I am too. I got tattoos all over. I was smart enough not to put them here and not to put them here, right? Like, yeah, my grandma actually my grandma made me promise not to do that the first time I ever went to jail, because I had an uncle that was one of the original first ever bikers, and his whole body was tattooed from head to toe in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s. And my favorite screw tape, man, my favorite screw tape has always been Hellraiser, for sure. Hellraiser, or that Southside We Roll on Choppers, because that was my homeboy song, man. Rest in peace to Lil Dexter, Deepak. And you know what's crazy? Man, not even one time have I seen nobody from the Screwed Up Clique ever say rest in peace Deepak. I ain't never heard nobody say rest in peace Lil Dexter. And Dexter was an original SUC member, and that was my dude, right? Like, Mike D invited me one time to come on his podcast, and I just kind of was too busy to do it at that time. I should have went and did it. But the first thing I was going to do was ask Mike D in person, how come nobody's ever said rest in peace Deepak, man? Like, what's going on with that? Because Dexter was a real one from Yellowstone. You know what I'm saying? He was Yellowstone versus the world type cat, right? Day one SUC soldier. Deepak was one of the first ones with that screwed up click necklace, and then nobody's ever said it. I don't know why. See, look at that. Same here, man. So why she said that though is because listen, when my uncle got it, my uncle got older. When my uncle got older, you know, he was having medical problems and things like that. And doctors wouldn't even take him serious. That's what people don't understand. Hey, if you're tattooed from head to toe and you go into a hospital, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll immediately think you're in there trying to get some pain medicine. They're not gonna believe you. They're gonna treat you bad. Imagine trying to be sleeved out, going to talk to the PTA or meet the teacher night. Imagine, you know, hell, anybody that's ever did time, especially those sleeved up like that, know when they go to court, the first thing they do is borrow somebody's thermal shirt so they can wear to court. I'm thinking, man, it's summertime and you're going into court wearing a thermal shirt. These people know what's going on. You know what I mean? Because it's on sleeve. They're trying to cover up them tattoos that they know so they probably should have never got to begin with. Hey, that's, man, listen, Jose, congratulations on being free, man. Let's stay that way. It ain't that bad out here. It ain't that bad out here at all. It's actually good out here, man. You know it, it really is. Gonzo the underdog. I don't speak Spanish, no sir. If he texts in Spanish, I mean, I don't know. Do I jam zero? No, I don't jam zero too much no more. I ain't into the Muhammad Ali no shit no more. It's hard as hell to listen to some dude call himself Muhammad Ali and then you watch them ball up in like a doodle bug. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Muhammad Ali balled up like a fucking doodle bug. And I've been jumped damn near every single time I ever been to jail, county jail, penitentiary, whatever, standing up, getting up, squabbling with boys really trying to take me out. And this fool here barely even got punched on and was balled up. I lost a lot of respect for that, man. I really did. But that ain't my business. That's whatever. Somebody probably gonna tell him, oh, that white boy Snow was hating on you, but it is what it is. Like I said, I've been there. I've done that. Yeah, I fought 8 white dudes in the county jail. Fought 4 dudes on the yard in Beaumont. Got smashed. Never balled up though. So when I had to fight them 4 dudes in Beaumont by myself, they dropped and kicked me from behind. And I ain't gonna lie, I did have to take off running for a minute. And I had to take off running to try to put them in front of me because there's no way in hell that you can win with men in a circle around you. You understand? You don't even know how many. He was getting punched in every direction. So I was trying to put these men in front of me so I can see who to punch and try the defense, right? I wasn't running scared because there wasn't no place to run to. But you got to give yourself some space and at least give yourself a fighting chance. But every other time, shit, I had to fade what it was. Me and my partner Rigo, I got a story on here where we fought 15 Bloods by ourselves, me and him. And he wasn't even the same gang as I am, you know. Like it just is what it is, man. It's part of life. But one thing about it, that's why I say don't talk tough. Don't be like Lil Vent on there talking tough and, you know, saying you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that and then get beat up by a 15-year-old kid. Think about it. Get dropped. Man, just how about just be humble in life? What's wrong with these kids nowadays, these youngsters, that they can't just be humble? Because I swear to God, everybody don't got to be a tough guy because everybody ain't. You know, Mr. Larry said it too, even in prison gangs. You know, even in pretty prison gangs, everybody don't got to be a killer. Everybody don't got to be a fighter. Somebody got to be a moneymaker. Oh, my God. Say, man, I don't even know who you are, man, but I swear to God, you be blessing my game like unbelievable. And I wish I could reach out to you and figure out who you are so I could tell you thank you personally, man. That's not even your first time doing that. But I appreciate it. It really means so much to me. You have no idea. Wack second is the first loser. Look at that Wack, man. That shit just, so when shit like that happens, I'm gonna tell you something. It just it makes me feel like all this is worth it because people appreciate it, and that's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to Justin say LM Lakeside Rage checking in. Salute, family. I was born and raised definitely Lakeside for sure, Main Street, man. We grew up in Kingston. Very first place I ever lived in was Gulf Breeze Apartments. If you know about Lamarck, you know how Gulf Breeze was back then, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I really do. I appreciate it. And you don't have to always do that, man. You're welcome just to hop in the chat and just be here. I appreciate just the support alone means a lot, man. But when you do stuff like that, like I said, it's more than a monetary thing. You gotta understand, like I just said, there's so many people that troll, so many people that are weird, so many people that misunderstand the message. You know what I'm saying? That it makes it hard for certain people to continue if you want to know the truth, right? It really, really makes it hard for people to continue sometimes because they can't deal with the trolls. They can't deal with that. You know what I mean? But shit, I hope YTM Vent, yeah, I hope he makes a diss song about me and it hits 10 million views. How about that? Hope he says my name though. That'll be dope. I already got some whack rappers that made a diss song about me before. The Real Guy. You know what? Make sure y'all follow my man, The Real Guy, on Facebook. Best fishing pole maker and the best real repairman on the Gulf Coast of the state of Texas right there. If y'all need any kind of fishing rods, custom rods, real repair, type in The Real Guy. And don't type in 85. Just type in The Real Guy on Facebook and holler at my boy, man. He got you. I swear his reputation is excellent around here too. You know what, Dave? After we did that video together, I had quite a few of my homeboys hit me up and say, man, how'd you meet him? I don't know if you had anybody hit you up and say, how'd you meet me? But I had people hitting me up going, how do you know that guy? You know what I'm saying? And man, it feels good that I can say I can vouch for you, bro. That this man is solid with his work. You know what I'm saying? He really is. Tim Snow, much love from McAllen, man. You know what? I love McAllen, man. So when I was a kid, when I was a young runaway child, I lived on the streets, man, for a couple years, and we spent a lot of time going down to Alamo. And you know, of course, coming from Corpus, that you have to go through. There you go, right there. Follow The Real Guy on Facebook. So you have to, of course, go through McAllen to get to Corpus. And I always remember two things about going down there. It's been a long time, but I remember coming down that freeway, and there was a 18-wheeler dealership. And that 18-wheeler dealership had like a Kenworth or something on a pole that was way in the air. And I see that, and I know I was close to McAllen. I want to say that might have been in Edinburgh or somewhere. And then when we hit McAllen, there'll be that big old Catholic church. And I think you know which one I'm talking about too. Michael White, Waco, Texas, man. What's up? Appreciate that. The love, y'all. I love it. Listen, man, I love it when y'all drop y'all's location in the chat. So when y'all drop y'all's location in the chat, that's what's up, man. I swear to God, cause you know what? It really, 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 really makes me appreciate how far this platform is taking me, how far it's reaching, because I'm really trying to reach out to these people that need it the most. And yeah, Ash, I talked about that at first, man. So if you want to know the truth, I got a friend. I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not, so I won't say it, but she is a good friend. She actually says she sends her son to a summer camp right there on that same location where the girls washed away at. That at one time they do boys and the rest of the other time they do girls. And man, that'd be so scary to knowing that could have almost been your son right there. And knows her heart is hurting for the women. ATX, what's up? New Zealand, man, that's much what's up. Are you on the North Island or are you on the South Island of New Zealand? Let me know. I'm trying to remember. You know what? I got a friend named Jim. I've known since I was a kid. He was from the southern part of the North Island of New Zealand. There's a little town called Lower Hutt. I don't know if you know what that is or not. ATX salute. 956 all in this thing, man. Shout out to them Vayuko boys. For sure. Khalifas, that's what's up, man. Oh, you caught a Texas case from California. Man, that sucks. That sucks. I seen Lefty Gunplay. Okay, that's what's up on the North Island. Man, that'd be a dream of mine. If you want to know the truth, well, a dream of mine would be to take my daughter to to New Zealand and to Tahiti. Anywhere in French Polynesia, somewhere down there, one of them beautiful islands. He was in Lower Hutt yesterday, I'll be damned. Yeah, so I think Jim passed away. He was an older man, but he moved back down there. Up by 20. So if you want to know, so the only time I really ever told my life story is you can type in so go to the Donnie Houston podcast, type in Donnie Houston, like DONNIE, the word Houston, and type in Tim Snow. And you'll see that's where I told my whole entire story. Like that's the first and only time that I told my entire story. Other than that, and I really so I'm gonna tell you why I did that too. Shout out to Donnie. But the reason I did that is because at that time, I think I had about 25,000 subscribers. I was already at millions of views, and Donnie was at about 10,000 subscribers. And man, I swear, listen, every time I would open up my Facebook, I would see local people sharing out Donnie's videos because he was doing excuse me, Donnie was doing all them screwed up click interviews and all that shit, right? So they were sharing them out. But I open up my Facebook and don't never see one of my videos. I'm thinking, man, my shit's jumping hard, but nobody's sharing my shit out, but they sharing this dude's shit out. So just out of some one to help Donnie get his channel going, because I knew a lot of people would come follow from over here, and they did. So that was cool, worked good. But that was me being petty, if you want to know the truth. Just like, oh, so y'all want to share Donnie's shit out, but y'all don't want to share mine out right where I'm from. So guess what? I popped up on Donnie's shit. So it is what it is. Yeti 5,000, man. I ain't gonna hate on that man because I don't even really know him, honest to God. I just did that one interview with him, and I just explained why, right? I really wanted to just kind of like, yeah, poke them local people in the eye that wasn't showing no love. But you know what they say, man? People be the own people from your own little city or whatever. So, you know what? I want to shout out one of OG Bloods that grew up that was a terror. Albu, if you see this, man, much love. Shout out to Big Ducrest, OG homie, did like 25 years. You know what I'm saying? He shows much love, man. Shout out to all the home. I know I'm going for. That's how crazy it is, y'all. I literally hold on one second, y'all. I'll be right back. I let my damn laptop die, and it's coming right back. I don't even know why it's showing me in the split screen right there. There we go. But yeah, no, I seen that. Somebody said that I see that Donnie Houston and Kiki thing. I did. I addressed that too. You want to know the truth? Hold on a second. Skip this. My fault, y'all. I ain't never had that happen before. Damn, that was a rookie mistake. That was crazy. And now I'm telling this thing want to update my laptop. This is crazy. All right, hold on. Let me get right back to it, y'all. I apologize for this one, man. Hold on one second. That was horrible. Talk about some rookie shit right there. Let me jump back in here. And it's hot as hell in my house. I don't know what's going on. It's so hot in here. Let me see. Let me get up out of here. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, listen what I just did. That's how goofy I am right now. I literally just let that computer die. That was crazy, but yeah, no, I did see that with Youngster and Kiki and all that. You know what? So I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want to know how I feel about it, which I'm not screwed up clicking, it ain't really my business. But I'm gonna say shout out to Big Demo, right? Because Big Demo, that was his tape. That was his tape on June 27th was his birthday, right? So they left him out the whole conversation. I think Youngster might have said something about Demo one time. Kiki said something about Demo one time, and they ain't never invited him that I know of to any of that big shit, you know. But I feel like both of them had the right to say whatever they feel, right? Like grown men got the right to say how they feel, but just sometimes saying how you feel just ain't the appropriate look, you know, no matter how you feel. And everybody ain't gonna really appreciate it, you know, everybody ain't gonna like it. And sometimes how you feel ain't always the right way. And now they gonna get it fixed. But let me say something. I'll be right. But let me turn my air down, y'all. It's hot. Don't go nowhere. Y'all double tap that screen for me. Get the mics up. I can't believe I let that laptop go dead, y'all. My fault. I thought I had it plugged in, but I didn't. But one thing I know, listen, so what everybody didn't realize, but I've known from day one, is that the screwed up click wasn't necessarily a click. They knew it. You know, you had the Southwest dudes, which was Grace and all them cats. You had the Yellowstone cats, like I was talking about Deepak and Big Mo and Pokey and all them. You had the South Park cats, Dead End cats, Kiki and them from what Herschelwood and all that. You know, I was part of that culture back in them days, man. But in all reality, they wasn't all just one big happy family. And you know, when some people start getting successful and some people don't, then that's just like people start acting funny. And yeah, what it is, you know. But one thing I can say, Kiki expressed himself well, right? And that was actually something that surprised me. It surprised me to see that right there. But I enjoyed watching both of them. I watched the Youngster one first, then I watched the Kiki one. You know, but it was unfortunately see. But like I said, they ain't never been one big happy family. They wouldn't all be in the studio in Screw House together. But the one thing that shocked me about all that is when Kiki said he never even went to Screw House out there in Missouri City or wherever. I didn't realize that, but I guess that's at that time he was probably already with Jam Down Records. He probably was signed. You know, once them guys signed down, they couldn't just go do free tapes for Screw no more because Screw was the one that made up money off all those tapes. But there is nobody that I remember that did more like real live ass freestyles than Kiki, if you want to know the truth. Pokey, oh, man, Fat Pat died too soon. Mike D. So back in the day, I just said Hellraiser was my favorite Screw tape ever. With that Southside We Roll on Choppers, and then that I can't remember what tape that was on. Rose to Riches was ESG and Deepak. All of that shit, man. I loved all that shit back then. But at the same time, as a grown man, I realized now that culture was all toxic. It was all toxic. You know what I'm saying? It was all promoting shit that nobody should have been promoting. But they were young. They were young at that time. They was kids too. You know, they was really living that life, right? Like if you really was from South Park, if you really was from Herschelwood, if you really was from the Dead End, Yellowstone, like we talking about the roughest of the roughest places in Houston. So them guys wasn't on there faking or misleading people on purpose or nothing like that. They was just really speaking upon their life and what they had going on, what they seen around them. And I understand. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But that's also why I don't do a lot of talking about previous things or like all the crimes that we did and all that shit. Like I try to stay away from that topic because at this age in life, I realize that there's no use in promoting that. Like when you're in a point where people are looking up to you and people are, you know, respecting you, the last thing you want to do is go around bragging about all the bullshit, you know. But shout out to Corey Blunt. I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the feds with Corey Blunt, and it'll show you how young they were, right? This will show you how young they were. Blunt caught that life sentence, I believe, when he was 18 years old. And they was rapping about Corey Blunt on the screw tapes way back then, so they was kids, man. And we can't fault them at that, but at the same time, hey, when they was rapping about drink and swingers and all that, man, my brother already had a pair of swingers and a case of drink. You know what I mean? Like somebody asked me in the comments about Vent, what age did I jump off the porch? I mean, I don't even remember being a porch. I remember being born into this shit, right? Like, I remember coming outside the house and crackheads being all around and being everywhere. Like I just told y'all, my uncle was tattooed up from head to toe from the late 60s to the 70s, you know, into that biker shit and all of that. So, cruising down Westheimer, man. I ain't never cruised down Westheimer, nope. Not at all. I don't know if that's a trick question or what. That's a what's up with Westheimer? I feel like that was a trick question, but no, I ain't never did that. And I appreciate that answer. Listen, I have at this point thousands of messages from young men saying that I've helped them change their life. Right? That's when the dude was hating earlier, saying I need to talk about other things and talk about something else in prison. Man, that's the last thing that I think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the last thing I talk about. Steel wheel horse. You got what car, fam? He said, I got that car. Nah, look at that. Look what he said. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I got over 70, 7-0 real friends passed away and deceased right now. I got people that are, you know what? Shout out to my family, man. I got my cousin is on Styles unit right now. He keeps saying he's never gonna come home, but I keep praying that he make parole one day. You know, he's got to do 27 and a half years before he can ever even come up for parole. He's about 13 in right now. Shout out to my brother that's just left Styles unit. He's got to do 20 before he can see parole. He's about 13 in. Big Polar Bear, same thing, 20 before he can come up for parole. He's about 13 years in. They gave my little brother a serve-all. He had an 8 egg, so he's got to discharge that whole 8 right now. Once he got lucky, he got into some education classes and things like that, you know. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Oh, okay. No, I thought it was some kind of trick question. My bad, family. I don't know. You know, people be say people be in here trying all kind of shit. No, so in the 80s, I was a baby, man. I'm fixing to be 45 next month. So, you know, Metal Warrior, I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, do I think these judges are giving these men too much time? Depends on what men we're talking about. So they just said somewhere a guy in Galveston County got 25 years for molesting 2 children. I feel like that wasn't enough time. My brother, he got 50 years for $100 worth of cocaine that he got way too much time for. You know, it all just depends. And Redwood, I got out the feds in 2018, man. So I've been a state jail, TDCJ, and the feds, unfortunately. And that's how I did it, right? I've been to all 3 systems and regret every single day. I regret all of that shit. That's why I don't come out here bragging about all that type of stuff. And that video that I did about Vent, only reason I said the things that I said then was just to let him know. He kept calling me Lil Dog, right? I don't know if that's how his slang is. Somebody came and said, hey, he wasn't being disrespectful. Snow, he calls everybody that. Okay, well, imagine walking into a maximum security facility with men that have killed people, men that would kill you right now. You're a little tiny ass dude, and you look at him and call him Lil Dog. Well, you're gonna lose your front teeth right then. You're gonna be looking for your front teeth. Yeah, and so you're gonna be waking up somewhere, drug up under the bench. They hiding you from the police. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really gonna be happening. You one thing, if that's in his vocabulary, he might want to change that vocabulary. But then again, he said he was gonna magically beat them cases too. So I don't know. Jesse said he giving out way less time for worse crimes now in Beaumont. I mean, man, Alice, Texas, salute to that valley. Reezy said, what's harder, life in prison or raising a family with responsibilities? Shit, raising a family with responsibilities is 10 times harder than prison if you want to know the truth. Like, I'm a single father, man. Do you know the pressure that I feel in life as a single father, knowing that I have all these felonies? I got 8 or 9 felonies in my life. They're violent felonies, 2 gun cases, drug cases. Like, I got a retaliation. I got an aggravated assault, retaliation on a witness, drug case, 2 gun cases. Shit like that is much harder trying to be a single father right now, because I can't even get a decent apartment or nothing in my name. They won't lease to me. People like that. And I appreciate that. Somebody said watch from Galveston. That's what's up. Salute, neighbor. Yeah, so listen, the responsibility. So in prison, listen, you're responsible for yourself, right? But when you're in a clique, car, crew, whatever, you're also responsible for what they do. They might crash you out. They might get you in trouble. My kinfolk on Style stays having to get into shit because of his friends, because of his clique, because of his car. They handle business at all times. Don't get me wrong. Like, they ain't stiff as it can get. But at the same time, he can just be chilling in his cell, minding his business, just drinking some coffee, and all of a sudden, bam, shit pops off, and he got to go figure out why. You don't even got time to figure out why. You just got to run out there and take care of business. Then you figure out why later. The stress about raising the kid is, first of all, man, I was scared to death when I had to start doing that by myself, if you want to know the truth. Then raising a child as a lifelong gang member, lifelong criminal, violent record, all this shit makes it harder to get a job. You know what, man? I'll tell you what. The man that I worked for, and just let me take the entire summer off because he knows I got a child. I'm a single father. Think about that. You know what he told me? Man, the day you get ready to come back to work, come on back, man. You're one of my best guys I ever had, and I need you back. Do you know how good that felt? Say, when he told me that felt better than anything any kind of gang member could have told me. That felt better than anything anybody could have told me, man. That was like, took a lot of pressure off of me, because I take the summer off, and now I got to go fill out these job applications and try to explain all these felonies that I can't explain. Like, I can't explain none of the stupid shit I done when I was a kid, as a young man. Sissy, what's up, y'all? Yeah, we getting it, man. I can't explain none of that shit. That's why a lot of times I don't talk about it, because it was just foolish ass shit, right? Like, this dumb shit that I did growing up. And I get it when I see stupid people doing stupid shit when they're young. Like, I let a lot of it slide, but I also try to tell them that this is not the life you want. That is my motto. It's always been my motto. It's always going to be my motto, because we're not just talking about prison. We're talking about coming home from prison too. All right. Think about it. Coming home from prison sucks. Nobody wants to fuck with you when you come home because they know you're broke. Yeah. Imagine trying to get you a woman when she know you ain't got shit. Some of your own family might don't want you there because they don't want the parole officer coming to check up on the house once a month. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much shit that comes with this life. It's really, really hard. And it's not the prison part. Like, when we grow up in violence, we grow up in gangs, we grow up in these rough ass neighborhoods where you're gonna box, punch, shoot, stab. Like, prison is just an extension of that. Coming out of prison and having to change your mentality from that and realize you can't do that no more because you have a child. Like, you know how much shit I have to let slide that I would never in a day of my life let slide when I was younger? Like, I was that person that believed I needed to get back at all time. Right? Think about that. I was the one that said, oh man, if you do this to me, I gotta do this to you. And you know what? Matter of fact, we was taught about massive retaliation. If you do something to us, we do it 10 times back to you. That's the type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then to come out here and realize, man, you can't be like that no more, because who's gonna raise this child? I go outside and I go get that's why I don't like beefing with these YouTubers and all that old goofy ass shit, dumbass fools. Man, I still stay in the hood. I can go outside right now and get into a fight if I want to. But then guess what? CPS got to come get my child up out of my house. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, right? Like, got to let a lot of shit slide, and that's pride to the side. Let's see what you said. Same life, different roads, actually. 47 now, blessed to have survived the north side of H-Town as being one of the few white homies in blue at 11. Just started to earn stripes and loyalty 90s. Having my daughter at 18, man. See, now that's the problem, right? Look at that. Shout out to you, homie, wherever you at, man. You ain't got to say where you at, but keep holding your head up. Yeah, just got me all off track right now when he said that. See, that's what I'm saying. They own the compounds right now. They own these units watching this, man. So everybody going through that struggle right now. It's 10:48 in Texas time right now. You know how hot it is on them cell blocks right now? Think about it. All day, them cell blocks, whether it's them red brick buildings or the metal ones, they just soak up that heat all day. All day. And then at night, it radiates it back. It never cools down. 120 degree cell blocks, maybe at night goes down to 100. You literally dealing with this shit constantly. You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey, squabble season is every summer. Every summer on max units in Texas, it's fight time. And it's just got to do with everybody being miserable, having bad attitudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. Today, it was hot as hell today. Kenny Williams, what's up, man? Murder Side Project, salute, man. I had a homeboy, man. I can't, man. What was my homeboy's name for Murder Side? Is Murder Side, is that the same thing as Meadowbrooks? I'm confused, man. I can't remember. Murder Side is Meadowbrook. And that's the same shit. Let me know first before I say. No, there's no AC on most of the units. SIG, so Ad SIG has temperature control. It might be down to something like it might be like 80 degrees in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a homeboy. That's what he had on him. He Murder Side tattooed on his stomach, and he would always talk about Meadowbrooks. And he was man, what kind of crip was he, man? I can't even remember. Most cats that I've been locked up with, though, from Austin would always talking about Runberg, if you want to know the truth. Bunch of cats from Runberg everywhere. And just to say you might feel a slight breeze at 3 or 4 a.m. So the coolest time is literally, the coolest time is going to be about 3, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., you know, when the sun has been gone. But guess what? As soon as that sun rises back up, it's still hot. And if you're one of these prisons and one of these prisons that are on the Gulf Coast, that humidity is unbelievable. Think about that. Man, we're dealing with 80, 90% humidity down here, 100 degrees. Then inside these buildings, they fall. So TDCJ, the officers are supposed to write down the temperature inside the cell blocks. So we've caught them ourselves. Some of my friends who did Freedom of Information Acts, we've caught them ourselves lying on those. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Julio. Salute, man. No, that's true facts right there. Look. So you know, like I ain't gonna say I appreciate that, family. Like it wasn't necessarily peer pressure or anything like that. You know, not peer pressure that had us doing what we were doing, but it was kind of because it wasn't no pressure, right? Like nobody was saying you better do this or you better do that. But as young kids, it was pressure on you. Didn't want to be the only one different, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't want to be the square dude in the hood. You didn't want to be the nerd in the hood and all this. When reality, looking back, man, I would have rather been that nerd in the hood. I would have rather went to the army. I would have rather tried to do anything else. You know, like you get most truck driving jobs when you're about 25 is when most people hire you because that's when the insurance lowers down. And I always wanted to be a truck driver. Then I turned 25 and I'm in prison. And I'm thinking, shit, man, I'm really supposed to be a truck driver right now, like I always wanted to be. And now I'm in there. Sergeant say he works SIG, no general population, working McConnell Connolly. So what's the temperature back there? You let me know. When you're walking that run, what's that temperature feel like back there? Oh, hell yeah, everybody's got to work. Yeah, shit, yeah. So, if you got a medical reason not to work, you can be medically unassigned, right? Talked about that before. Matt Lane, no, I've never heard of that. Never heard of him. Grew up with Mike too. I know his sister and mama. Okay, shout out P100. But you gotta understand too, though, Kenny. Listen, I'm not on here to promote gangs and shit, right? That's not what we doing. We're not here to brag about our gangs or gang past or prove that our gang and our hood been doing it for this long or I'm third generation. No disrespect to you, but that's not what we're here for on this program. We literally are here to show this is not the life you want. You know what I'm saying? And if you can stick to that script, I'm down to rock it with you. But if all we're here to do is just brag about my hood was harder than the rest and shit like that, then that's not what I want to do. And I mean that with all utmost respect. I get hit up with guys constantly wanting to do, somebody wanted to do a gang documentary with me about Galveston. And me put them in touch with all the big homies that could actually do it, right? Because it's been going down since the 80s. But I told them, man, hell no, I don't want to participate in that shit. Like, that is not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Not what I'm doing here. Okay, play college ball, man. That's what's up. So shout out to my homie Big Mike. I had just said earlier that I took a picture with my partner, man, that he played D1. He was offensive lineman with U of H. He hurt his knee, so he didn't go to the league. But then when he healed up, he went and played semi-pro. And man, I swear, that dude right there, he makes me feel. I'm 6 foot. He's 6'7", got to be about 300 pounds, and I feel like just tiny standing up next to him. It's crazy. John Kenny say when I was in TDC, I became a wood. I mean, you know, a wood is like what you're supposed to be if you're white, I guess. I'm the kind of different. So somebody one day recently called me a race trader because I wasn't a wood. And I'm thinking, man, when I went to prison, I had permanent, listen, I had permanent gold teeth, right? They didn't come out. We didn't have pull out grills and shit. We wasn't doing the Paul Wall shit back then. We used to go to Reese. We used to go to Reese and Griffin over there off Telephone Road. Or I'm sorry, I said Telephone Road. Off Airport Boulevard. And they had the little shop back then. You know what I mean? Hey, Silk Talk. I wouldn't even doubt it. And if I did, I apologize. You know what? That's the hardest part about thank you for saying that. I appreciate that you recognize that. I really do. So listen, one of the hardest parts about being a truck driver is dealing with the four-wheelers. And you know what? That's something I've always been good at because I just said I always wanted to be a truck driver. I can almost every single time predict when somebody's getting ready to do something stupid. I can tell when they're inching out, getting ready to cut me off and go slow while I'm hauling ass coming 55 down the 55, 60 down the road, and they want to pull out in front of me going 20. Knowing I'm loaded, I'm 55,000 pounds, and I got less brakes than an 18-wheeler. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a trip, but I can proudly say I ain't never road raged. Like, I ain't never had an incident where I road rage. You know what? I enjoy my job too much that, I'm listening to music, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening to documentaries, I'm doing all that shit, right? I'm not worried about what the next person does, but I'm paying attention. Don't get me wrong. I got my eyes on the road, but I got my mind distracted, right? I got the headset where I might be on the phone trying to handle some business or do something like that. Squid ain't possible. I'm finna call one pretty soon too. You know what I'm saying? Now, so listen, man, it's these dump trucks. Some of these dump trucks dangerous as hell, though. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because one thing about dump trucks is the majority of us, we don't get paid by the hour. We get paid per load. So a whole bunch of people, they're wilding out there. All right, I mean wilding out there. But in reality, I've been doing it for a long time, so I realize it's slow and steady. All right, slow and steady wins the race, because them guys that are just rushing around and hurrying up, they're the ones that are wrecking and crashing and dumping their shit at the wrong addresses and doing crazy shit. I prefer to just go slow and steady. Shit, it was like that. Yeah, you ain't lying. It was like that everywhere back then. And my white ass come in with them permanent goals too. So you already know what it was like, Mike. And actually fighting in the feds, yeah, they did get one of them. When they jumped me in the feds, one of them came off. And then when I got home, I pulled up. So I had two in the front. I pulled the other one off. That's why if you look at my old videos, I had gap teeth and shit. Because back then they would grind your teeth down and put the gold on. But that I don't even think they had like them Paul Wall, Johnny Dang ass pull out grills back then. I remember when those first started. So when them grills first started, guess what? Everybody used to say, if you can't floss between your shit, you got some trash. Right now, I don't think they do too many people don't do permanents no more. It's pretty rare. And I see why. After I got my shit taken off, I seen why, because I had to go get my shit fixed and everything else. And as being a single father, that was hard to do, right? Because it's expensive as hell. You gotta spend money on school clothes every year, shit, all kind of things. Man, just being a father, grocery shopping, grocery shopping, this toy shopping, shit, just trying to spoil my little daughter. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of other things to do than worry about that. But I finally got it done and looking a little better, feeling a little bit better. First backed up in shape. No, I wasn't locked up with P100. Now you know what? The reason I done that with P100 is let me tell you something. So I do know people that were locked up with P100, right? And everybody spoke really highly of him, man. Really, really highly of him. And when I seen him was out, he was in the halfway house, and I hit him up, and me and P100, we video called each other, man. We probably talked for about 2-3 hours straight. And he was telling me about the rap thing, about how he wants to get it going, and he's trying to stay out of them streets and all that, and didn't even know the first way to get started, because there's not very many people that's ever gonna offer you any help, right? People see you new to any game, they're gonna take advantage of you, they're gonna try to manipulate you or whatever. And I told him, well, P, I got a kind of big platform. My platform on Facebook is jumping harder than the one on YouTube right now. So, man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Listen, my platform on Facebook is actually hitting a lot harder right now than the YouTube. So it kind of just depends. Some videos will hit really hard on Facebook. Some will hit really hard on YouTube. Some of them will hit really hard on the Spotify. But it's like no video hits hard on the same place, like all spots. So that's why I stream to multiple places. We're live right now on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. And that's kind of how I like to do it, because you just never know. And I really don't care. If you want to know the truth, I really don't care which video hits hard on. Just for the simple fact is, as long as it reaches out somewhere, right? Like literally somewhere, that I didn't charge them nothing. No, that's what I'm saying. I ain't charged P nothing. Not at all. Hell no, I've never charged anybody anything. Not at all. That's not what I'm here for. You see people bless my game, man, but would I ever try to charge somebody that I see trying to change their life and I know I might be able to help them? So I'm gonna tell you why I got what I was proud of. Excuse me. And that Lil Vent used to call himself Mr. 100K in a day. Yeah, nah, when I put P100's little freestyle on here, or it wasn't actually a freestyle, I labeled it that, but it was a first day mic drop, right? So he did the mic drop where it hangs down. Yeah, P hit 100K in a day on the Texas Prison Stories Facebook page. And man, I was just proud to help him. And you know what? Because that put his ass out there in a major way. I mean, in a major way. When you hit 100K on a rap song on any platform on your first day, that's serious business. That's real serious business. So, you know, he actually called me out of the blue and he said, "Man, Tim, I just want to tell you thank you." And I said, "For what, P?" You know, I offered that, right? You don't have to tell me thank you. And he said, "Nah, family." He said, "Thank you for like showing me this shit can really work." Like he said, you know, "Thank you for showing me that people really like this shit. Like, you know I can rap." He said, "But, you know, we all doubt ourselves at times." And I said, "Brother, who you telling?" I say, "When I started this YouTube, I didn't think this shit was gonna work. I didn't know if it was gonna work. I knew I had a good story to tell. You know, I know I'm a good speaker, right? But I don't have any education. I'm an eighth grade graduate. Like I graduated eighth grade and that was it, right? So for him to tell me that, that's what I charged him. How about that? For him just to tell me that I made him realize his dream can be real. Because everybody in this chat right now watching me has showed me that my dream can be real, right? So to do that for him was a blessing for me, brother. And that was good karma, right? That was good karma. I believe in karma. I believe if you do good energy out, good energy gonna come back. And I just got through saying Ian Bick was in Austin, Texas, and never even reached out to me and been like, "Say, Snow, you want to pull up?" Knowing damn well I would have hit 1 million views on his channel when that old weirdo dude hit like 150,000 or some shit, that's good views. It's real good views, don't get me wrong. But I promise you, there's a whole lot of people in this country waiting on me to drop somewhere big and tell the story that I ain't told. And I'm just waiting too. But I'm not, me personally, I'm not fixing to beg nobody. I'm not gonna reach out to nobody's shit. If they don't hit me, then I'm just gonna stay on my platform. Because as it is now, and you know what, I said something though wrong the other day, and I want to apologize to Jay Williams too, from Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and Pino from Florida, because when Pinky Rose was in the chat, shout out to Miss Lady Pinks from Cali though, that is my real friend for real. She's a real one. I said that she was the biggest person to ever share me out. And that's not true. That's not true. Pinky has over 160,000 followers on IG. And she actually let me collab with her on several videos. And that was amazing because her audience is so different. It's not a prison audience or anything like that, right? Like it was amazing that she done that for me. And that was pure love, man. I will always be grateful for that woman for that. But Jay Williams shared me out too, and so did Pino. And you know what? All I did was call both of them and be like, "Say, man, you mind doing me a favor?" And both of them said, "I don't mind at all, bro." Like they got love for the channel. They see that I'm trying to feed a child off this shit. You know what I'm saying? But Pinky is the one that probably shocked the world, if you want to know the truth. Because, you know, there's a Texas, California, they say we beef and flex and all that, you know. But what she told me something like P100 that made me feel good. Because I'm going to tell you something. And I appreciate you. Listen, Pinky herself told me that, "Tim, before I seen you," and this is what's crazy, and this is what's embarrassing, and this is part of why I do it. She said, before she seen me and me speaking out against SPM and these predators and these weirdos, that people in Southern California, all the way to Northern California, really, truly, genuinely believed that Texans supported pedophilia, that we supported rapists and predators and all that type of shit. And we don't. Real men don't. Are there a bunch of us here in Texas that do? Yes. But SPM himself dropped out his streaming numbers, and LA was like one of the top 5 cities to jam on too. They just won't admit it, right? But for her to tell me that I'm helping to change the rest of the United States view on us, that was powerful for me, man. Hey, I mean, that meant a lot to me when she said that, if you want to know the truth. Because we don't stand behind that shit. Real men ain't out here jamming to that bullshit or supporting that shit. That shit is garbage, it's trash. And people like that need to be buried. You know what I'm saying? Put them under the jailhouse. You know, so when she told me that you, Snow, you personally are the one that we see out here in California standing against it and staying righteous, And we, you know, we see now how many people that support you. We know, you know, and man, that felt good because I'm really out here trying to rep for Texas right. If you notice, a lot of the prison YouTubers, they do content for one particular race of people, right? And I get that too because listen, prison is so racially divided. Shout out to D Town. Prison is so racially divided that men get institutionalized so such to the point that they come out here and do content just for their race or their car or their clique or whatever. But you know, this one is called Texas Prison Stories, right? Therefore, I try to put on for the entire state of Texas, man. I don't care if you blasting, cripping, blood. You could be a damn Mahicles, Vayuco, West Texas. Shout out to my homeboy King West. If you're watching this, King West, make sure the interview you watch that one I did with him. West Texas, Tongo, H-Town, D-Town, San Antonio, Austin, Galveston, Corpus, McAllen, Weslaco, all the way out to El Paso, up to Amarillo. You know, I'm trying to put on for the entire state, right, and do it right and do it properly and show that we can carry ourselves with respect down here. We real men, and it really hurt my feelings if you know that they were feeling like us about that. Like that was insulting. It hurt my feelings, but I understood it because so many fellow Texans was. You know what I mean? Kenny says Texas stands, but you've been with black people, so your mind frame wouldn't like you think that way. It's the same way because my kids are mixed with Mexican. So listen, I know y'all don't be knowing a lot about me because I don't tell my business, right? But I was engaged to a black woman before. I was married to a Hispanic woman, and I have a baby with a white woman. And I was raised by a Mexican grandma. So all that shit don't even, all that old racist shit and racial shit, none of that makes no sense to me. I grew up in a multiracial neighborhood. Never once in my life did I hear my mom or dad say the N-word in a you know, in no type of way. Not even N-I-G-G-A. Of course, they're too old for that, but never with the E-R. You know what I'm saying? I just was not raised like that, right? I just said earlier that the black kids came and ate dinner and stayed the night with us too, and mama didn't care. Mexican kids or whatever. Shout out to my brother George. George, if you see this, I love you, homie. I got a friend from Lamarck, Texas, right here, right here, that's into the lowrider scene. He jams Capone and all them and everybody else out there. And I'm like, who? I didn't even realize who they were until they started beefing with SPM and all that. And now Pinky is one of my friends. Like, this world is crazy how shit works. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, Kenny, I'm always gonna have love, right? Like, I still stay in the hood, homie. Like, it is what it is, but no longer as a grown man can I participate in putting down children and doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone that because I have a kid. If I found out today, right now, that somebody jumped my kid into a gang, I'm gonna want to do something to the whole clique, and that's just God's honest truth. You know, but when I was young, my parents had a lot of shit going on, and they really didn't have time to pay a lot of attention to us, and we were doing a lot of shit that they didn't know about. You know, that's why I never. So when SPM did that to all them girls, everybody said, "Well, where was their parents at?" Shit, who knows where their parents were at? Kids like me, I was sneaking out the window when I was 12 years old. I remember my daddy having to put nails in the sideboards of the window so I couldn't take the screen out. Guess what I'd go do out there? Bend the nails and move them and start sneaking out again. It just is what it is. You know, kids are gonna be kids, man. And I'm gonna always have love for it. If you want to know the truth, like, I still have all them tattoos on my body, you know. Rigo, it's different wherever you go, homie. I just got through saying nobody runs no prison. You might be Tongo Blast and be bad outnumbered somewhere, or you might be Tongo Blast and have the numbers. Might go to Tongo Blast and go to the feds and only be 3 of y'all on the prison. It just is what it's a numbers game, and it's always there. I can tell you why because they pay them for that. They don't do that shit free, and they pay them well for it. Like SPM is known to overpay them rappers because you know why? He knows people believe any damn thing they say. Knowing half the shit they say ain't true, knowing most of them never lived that life. Very few Houston rappers have ever been to the penitentiary. If they did, they didn't have more than about 2 years. Might have stayed 11 months type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they entertainers, man. And I don't knock that, right? If that's how you get your money, get it. But they're not supporting him, they're taking his money. And I don't think that's the same thing if you want to know the truth. But I know it is. Seems the same. But when that's your line of business, right? And somebody offers you a whole bunch of money, shit, what you gonna do? It's hard to turn it down, right? And then knowing he got all them fans that still support him, you about to gain fans, gonna make money. I get it, dog. I get it. That's why I don't go hard on him. And the only reason I went hard on Paul Wall about it was because Paul Wall himself did interviews saying that his daddy was exactly like SPM. So out of every one of them, he should have been the one to say, nah, I'm not taking that $200 or whatever for that shout out. That didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Somebody said shout out Tommy G and Pancho V. One of my friends actually is one of Tommy G's baby mamas. Pancho V still be around here too. And you know what? Shit, I remember they're older than me though. They was some real life OG cats, you know. And there was a lot of people at that time doing a lot of things, but boy, they was major in the game. I ain't gonna lie. Like I think they was doing the rap shit to try to get out of the game, but you know, it ended up in the feds. Is what it is. They both had to do a bunch of time too. I think both them cats did 10 years, which is no fun. And yeah, Pancho V first cousin was one of my best friends growing up. Shout out to Ed. Like, I mean, my real life best friends. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his sister Mary. And you know what? Rest in peace to his cousin Phil. Phil got killed, brutally murdered. And me and Phil wasn't really friends, but we ain't really had no problems or anything. He was just younger, you know what I mean? But yeah, Pancho V, first cousin, was one of my best friends growing up. He was a Mexican Crip. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you, Lonesome. Well, I'm saying it wrong. Lonesome Dove. Thank you. Did 9 state, 10 fed, and I did close custody, medium, GP, USP. Ooh. Say you did the thing, man. So I'm glad you made it out, my brother. That's a rough road to travel right there. That's a rough road to travel. Chuck, man, we just on some rando shit tonight. We just man, I was Bustamante, you know. Which I don't think everybody knows the name. I don't think it's a secret. I would never say it if I don't think everybody didn't know it. But yeah, his cousin Ed was one of my best friends, man. Love that dude. I ain't seen him in years though, but when we was young, we was so close. Like I was one of the first people I started thugging with in my whole life too. Ran with the junior homegirls. Yeah. So they had some. So actually, I remember when Pancho V had big beef with SPM, had lawsuits and all kind of shit going, and I really believe it was SPM and them that started trying to smut them dudes' names up and all that other shit. Because once I hit the feds, uh, Pancho V was over there in Beaumont where I was before I was there, where they checked paperwork and everything else, and I mean, ain't nobody had no problem with him. They said he walked the yard and everything was fine. Somebody actually asked me about him at the gym the other day. I said, man, I ain't never really heard nothing bad about him from no reliable source. If you want to know the truth, you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson instrumental in my in my intros was actually made for me by my friend Yogi. Beatbox Wayne is a rapper named Beatbox Wayne. He just raps for fun, but that was a gift that he gave me, which was dope. I ain't gonna lie, that was real dope. And you know what? I get compliments. I told him one day how many compliments I get on that intro. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hey, check this out. Rigo, you right. But please don't say that no more. Please don't say that no more, because I'm not trying to promote that shit. That's the last thing I want to do is promote them dudes and that sicko ass shit. I do not want nobody saying that name or what that song was, because I've had a million people accuse me of that being AI, brother. Please, I'm asking with all due respect, do not say that again. And I deleted that comment. And that's no disrespect to you, but I ain't trying to promote the Chomo national anthem, dog. They they can just keep assuming that it's AI, right? But it's definitely not. And you know it ain't either. Jeffrey, what's up? Shout out from Lamarck, man. Moneybags say I met Rashid when I was like 14 at the club. He was down with it all. Kenny Williams, whose camp? From Dope House Records? Shit, no. Juan Gotti made a little video one time saying he'd like to smack me around or some shit. So I made a post instantly and a video saying run that, but I want it on my YouTube. And let me tell you something. Quit lying. quit lying. You know I'm an ugly motherfucker. I've been ugly all my life, but it's all right. I'm used to it, right? But no, ain't nothing. Hell no, ain't nothing to do. Some dudes 50-something years old at this time, drug heads and all kind of shit. But you know what? I'm gonna say one thing about Rashid. I actually heard he's running some businesses down in Corpus Christi and doing his thing like that, and kind of got away from the game and everything. But I'm gonna tell you something. Them cats. So Snow put so much pressure on that shit. I exposed so much reality that his own people had to start turning against him and saying F him, because I personally, and I'm gonna take credit for it, I personally made him say, or made it uncool to say free SPM anymore, right? Like, and I'm proud of that. Like, respect to myself for that, and respect to everybody that paid attention to what I was saying, because not one time, the only thing I regret about that is the very first video I did, I still believed that 13-year-old girl was a stripper. I didn't realize that was a bunch of bullshit until I found where SPM said himself that it wasn't true. I seen the son of that girl say it wasn't true. Yeah, Baby Bash lied like holy hell in that DJ Vlad interview. Juan Gotti lied on that little 9-year-old victim. Victim shamed her. Yeah, them dudes was disgusting for that. Disgusting for that. And his whole camp that still supported him were disgusting. Point blank period. They were doing it for monetary reasons. Still the same, get a little booty, claiming they know him. You know, they was living off the legacy. And it was I guess if that's what you have to do, that's why I say, if anything, shout out to Rashid, right? And you know, in that very first video, I actually said Rashid's name when I meant to say Baby Bash. That was so two mistakes I made. Two mistakes I made in that very first video was calling her a 13-year-old stripper, because that wasn't true. And I said Rashid when I meant to say Baby Bash. But nowadays we call him Baby Trash, if you want to know the truth. Yeah, we had a conversation about that. Yeah, I had a conversation with one of the rappers that said, shit, Juan Gotti never got checks from Dope House. That's the crazy part. That's what he came out and said too. So one thing about it, SPM was about his business back then. He was paying them off. He was paying them per verse, never giving them rights to the music. and they didn't give a shit as long as they got to hop on the tour bus. And now you know what? Actually, I seen some posts said that Baby Bash is the top streaming Hispanic artist in the world right now with like 6.5 million monthly listeners or something. Which I hope it ain't true. It's disgusting because I have a video on here that will blow y'all's mind about that dude. Y'all, if y'all want to see it, I'll play it again too because I can re-show it. Let me see if I can pull that up. That dude right there, Baby Bash. Oh, he's the worst out of all of them. That's why I say we call him Baby Trash. And for him to be like the top streaming Hispanic artist for the way that he literally, for the way that he did that little girl was disgusting. Disgusting to come on there. Let's see if I can find that shit. Yeah, I got it right here. Y'all want to see it? Drop some ones in the comments if y'all want to see that real quick. So it's about a 2-minute long video. Let me know if y'all want to watch that or not real quick. Since we're on the dope house subject right now. Let me know. Drop some ones, y'all, in the comments. Hit the double tap screen. Get these likes up for me. Hit the thumbs up. And we'll show you how trash Baby Bash is. Cause it's horrible. I swear to God, that fool is horrible. Like ridiculous. Let me show y'all something. So don't go nowhere. Check it out. We're gonna roll the clip right here.
He got framed, and I know the whole story.
Yeah.
You know, the jury, the 10 white juries members and the judge, and they don't know the story at all. But I know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody who grew up in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
I mean, especially in a Latin neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when they was 12, 11 years old, knows, you know, what goes down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we know the whole story, and the whole thing is, I don't even want to get into it because it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I know the real story, and, you know, I know he got framed. Everybody knows the judge was up.
First of all, did y'all hear what he said right there? About how he goes down in the neighborhood with the 10 and 11-year-old girls. Boy, you better explain yourself. Because I swear to God, if we'd have caught you with some 10 and 11-year-old girls smashing on them when you was a grown man in my neighborhood, you would have had some 12 and 13-year-old kids packing your ass out, boy. That was the craziest shit ever, right? We'll keep going. But just pay attention and think about what he said and how freely he said about the 10 and 11-year-old girls. So, of course, he didn't see nothing wrong with SPM, you know, doing something with a 9-year-old. Of course, he didn't see nothing wrong with him having a 13-year-old baby mama. He just said it was no problem with 11 and 12-year-olds. And this ain't me lying on this man. This is this man with his own words, y'all.
Re-election.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
let's get into something else. But
Yeah.
He got convicted of, when he was 23 and the girl was 14,
13.
she was working at a strip club. You know that, right?
I did not.
Okay, she was a stripper. You can't be a
She was
stripper
a
when
13-year-old.
And this part right here is what I fell for it too. All right. I fell for this shit. But there's still people right now that are in the comments going, she was a stripper. Baby Bash said it. I seen Baby Bash say it. But keep watching. I'm going to show you how bad Baby Bash backpedals and lies and all this other shit. And then wait till what you hear SPM himself say at the end. It is disgusting. It is trash. This is some of the worst shit you ever seen.
stripper. You can't. So whoever hired her she had her some ID or something. She was a stripper. It's all documented. She was a stripper. If you really look into it, she was a stripper. He has a one-night stand with her, and that's what happened. So
I was talking about the 13-year-old person.
So listen, that's Baby Bash right there lying. Look what it says on the screen. This is JD Coy, the son of that 13-year-old chick, mad as hell after that interview, saying his mama was mad as hell, wanted to come do her own interview because it wasn't true. Bash lied like there was no problem. He said it was documented. It's never been documented. and nobody ever can tell you what club it was. If y'all watch this, go in his comments. That's the only thing that's ever gonna change in this. People have to go in their comments, not mine, and call him out. When you see Baby Bash post on Facebook, because he does it all the time, or you see him drop a video on here, go in the comments and say, hey man, why did you lie on that 13-year-old girl? Because that's the only thing that's gonna ever make him stop. I can do these videos for the rest of my life, and they're not gonna stop until the fans, their fans, come in there and call them out. That's what y'all gotta do. I've done my part. I need y'all to go in their comments, right, and say, but we're gonna keep going. Now this is the son of that 13-year-old girl, mad as hell, ready to whoop Baby Bash ass, and literally mad. And I don't blame him at all. You lie on my mama, I'm gonna be mad too.
Person who got impregnated, which is my mother. I was talking about her. Okay, and you know, my father already said he'll take the 5 years for her, but the rest was bullshit. That was all false. Accusations, trying to get money, whatever it was, that's not for me to speak on. I don't know anything about it. Baby Bash wasn't there for my situation. You know what I'm saying? My mom was 13. How the fuck could he be there? You know what I'm saying? My mom saw the Vlad interview. She was pissed. She wanted to call Vlad and do her own interview. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to tell her story, because Bash was bashing her. You don't bash my mom, bro, and you lying on my mom. You speaking on my mom and you lying on my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So listen, they never offered him 5 years though, because he had so many cases, so many different charges, that yes, he said I would have taken 5 years for the 13-year-old. But the reason he got 45 was because she was 9. That turned it into aggravated sexual assault of a minor, right? Now you're looking at 5 to 99, right? That 5 years is what he wished they would have offered him. I can't find one bit of evidence, and y'all know I've looked into this shit everywhere, that he was ever offered 5 years, because the DA ran the case on the 9-year-old first because it held the highest penalty, and then said afterwards, had they found him not guilty, they were going to run him back to court on the 13-year-old. Had they found him, that was going to be a slam dunk. That was a DNA case. He was for sure guilty on that one. And then they had the 14-year-old girls in the hotel room, right? But look at this. So this is Willie D live. Willie D, you wrong for this one too. But I ain't really gonna hold Willie D too accountable for this, because I know Willie D was bad and uninformed. He ain't did his homework like I did, right? Because everything I've ever seen about Willie is he's a real man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen no fraud shit out of Willie. I just think he let this man get away with this shit on his platform because he didn't know no better. That's all. But this is him later on Willie D Live, and I appreciate the subscribe. Thank you. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you're watching. So this is him backpedaling. Hey, you know, listen, he got on his bicycle and started pedaling backwards on this one.
But I just want to make sure, like, all the information I've received on all that, because everybody thinks that I'm fucking Mr. SPM and Mr. fucking Dope. I know all this, you know what I mean? I only know what I've been told. I don't know the whole scoop. Like I said.
You heard what he said. He don't know shit. He just knows what he was told. Because JD came out and said, you wasn't even around back then. How the hell can you speak on this when you wasn't even around back then? So after that video went viral, he had to come back on and say, man, I really don't know because I wasn't around back there. But watch him lying right here. Here we go back to an older clip where he's lying bad as fuck. Listen, remember, on Willie D Live, he just said he not Mr. SPM. He wasn't even around back then. Listen to what he said. Listen closely to what he says right now.
Take that from me, Baby Beach. I was there. I see it go down.
Take it from me. I was Baby Beach. I was there. I seen it go down. And that's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Willie didn't know. let's just say that I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because I doubt Willie D watches Texas prison stories. If you want to know the truth, and there ain't nobody else that's talked about it other than me. And I'm pretty damn sure Willie D don't watch my channel. He might after this one tonight. Somebody might send it to him, but he probably don't even know I exist. If you want to know the truth, Willie D been famous my entire life. Got a bunch of money and over 1 million subscribers. So me myself don't watch a lot of other people's YouTubes. You know what I'm saying? But this guy is the most disgusting one because this is him lying on that 9-year-old victim, right? And the rumors was that the 9-year-old victim's dad was SPM's best friend, when in reality that was Juan Gotti's best friend from a child, right? That for sure is for sure. I got another clip on of an interview saying that that girl's daddy was one of his best friends ever in life. And then he made a song lying on his daughter to defend a child molester. Just for, that's clout, right? That's clout. Listen to this bullshit.
Yeah, I know that they don't know what really happened, but that little girl, she's all grown up now. She says you're her favorite rapper. I've seen it on her Facebook. Got all your songs on her profile.
Nope. That shit ain't never happened. That little girl never said that. He didn't see it on her Facebook. And I'm not gonna say their names, but guess what? That little girl, shout out to her father because he's one of the paying channel members. He's a channel member on my channel. So what's that tell y'all? Think about it. That little girl that he's lying on, saying she said you're her favorite rapper, then he calls her the B word. So he's basically admitting to, he's victim shaming a 9-year-old child, then admitting to, like, I would call that stalking down the man's victim. Like, why are you looking at her Facebook page, homeboy? That's fucking gross. That's nasty. You a heroin addict, dope fiend ass fool. I still run that fade with this guy, no problem, because I know that shit gonna go viral. But then I realized he got diabetes. He's a dope fiend, sleeping on people's couches and shit. Like, he don't want them problems with no man. It really works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really don't want these problems with somebody been punching their whole fucking life. He's just a rapper, point blank, period. Entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Juan Gotti backpedaling, but the one thing he won't do is come out and say he was lying in his song, because his song got him millions of fucking views, right? This song blew him up right here. And it was a goddamn lie on his own best friend.
I was fucking scared shitless. I offered to marry her, but she didn't want to get married. She was just one of those little girls that thought it was cool to have a baby, and she found the right dumbass to do it. But
now, did you hear that shit? He just called JD's mama some little girl that just wanted to have a baby, and she found a dumbass that'll do it. Boy, you was definitely a dumbass. Ain't no doubt about it. That was some goofy ass crazy shit to admit his damn self. And it is gross. That's what I'm saying. It's disgusting. I didn't even mean to get on any of this shit tonight. I just wanted to freestyle. So y'all started talking about it. Whatever y'all talking about in the comments, that's what we're going on. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. Now, it wasn't his best friend's baby mama. It was Juan Gotti's best friend. And I don't even know that it's true that he was smashing the baby mama. I don't even think none of that shit was real. He was smashing the child, or not even smashing the child. He molested the child while she was spending the night with his daughter. That's disgusting. Did you hear what he just said? Run this shit back. Listen to what the fuck SPM just said. That's real crucial that y'all fucking pay attention to this shit. Because this himself is admitting guilt. Come on, man. This is him admitting it right here. And this is wild. And people, his own fans, will still deny it. Listen.
to marry her, but she didn't want to get married. She was just one of those little girls that thought it was cool to have a baby, and she found the right dumbass to do it, but
This motherfucker just literally admitted to offering to marry a 14-year-old. He got her pregnant when she was 13. She had the baby when she was 14. He was like 24 at the time. And he was trying to marry her? What the fuck? He just said it out of his own mouth. There's no denying it. There's no doubting it. Right? It's sick, man. But listen, y'all. It's late. And I got it. My baby wakes up early as hell. She goes to bed at 7. She's going to be tapping on my forehead tomorrow about 6 in the morning, probably 5:30. So I got to get up out of here, y'all. But listen, I appreciate everybody. I love all y'all, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love and support. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or IG, make sure you type in Texas Prison Stories on Facebook. Follow me. Texas Prison Stories on TikTok. Follow me. Texas Prison Stories on Instagram. Follow me. Like, let's get this shit rolling, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all and much love from Southeast Texas, man.
Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, check it out. Texas Prison Story Family Studio. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, for when you a fella. I say, you got me, man. That's everything I'm saying.
What Tim Snow, Texas Prison Story Family Studio. It's your boy Tim Snow, Texas Prison Story Family Studio. It's your boy Tim Snow.